I'm thankful to have you here this Thursday and every day. It is the 16th day of January. Pretty nice day out there. We got a little relief today temperature-wise. We're still going to get some more, and we're still talking about just some brutal temperatures that millions of Americans and others are going to see from this system and scenario, and I'll elaborate on that with a word of warning and caution in just a few seconds. Highlights from last night's boys matchup. There was to be 2 games tonight, boys and girls. One's been canceled. More on all of that in just a few moments. And of course, what again is a brief calendar. It'll pick up as the weather breaks and things change. It's a slow time of the year for a lot of things. But we will have that, of course, and a host of other news and information, and a word from the governor in regards to his Team Kentucky update today. And we'll talk about deaths related to this winter storm and how they may not have come from the fashion in which you would maybe initially suspect or assume. First off, 2 people have died in a fatal house fire in Kentucky. This is in Estill County in the city of Irvine, where the fire happened around 1 o'clock this morning. That's when neighbors reported to the fire department that they heard an explosion at a house nearby or next door. When fire personnel arrived, the house was completely engulfed, and after they were able to enter the residence, they found a man and a woman deceased inside. They've since been identified. The bodies has Melissa Henry and her boyfriend, identified as a Chris Pop. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. My apologies. So, Arctic air. This is going to be a segue into the Team Kentucky update from the governor. An Arctic blast is going to drop temperatures dramatically across the United States, plummeting. We've got cold air that's going to start from Siberia, make its way into Canada, and then, of course, down the Ohio Valley. Millions of Americans are going to be in the path. The northern plains, upper Midwest could see minimum wind chills of a minus 30 through Tuesday of next week. And below zero wind chills are likely for a lot of folks in the southern plains and in the Ohio Valley. And that's getting right here close to home and at home. Nearly 80 million Americans will be below zero by Tuesday. The nationwide average, according to the National Weather Service, is going to be 6 degrees. The nationwide average low temperature is going to be only 6 degrees. There's no getting around it. We are going to see some brutal temperatures, and they've even been downgraded from 24 hours ago. Probably the worst thing that I've been able to see is North Dakota. Some folks, it's dangerous, wind chill readings of 50 below on Sunday. For much of the United States, temperatures are going to be 10 to 20 degrees below, not average, but below their historical averages. So that is just, it's just going to be bad. It's going to be cold. And I'll have more on the adjusted temperatures in just a few seconds. And we're still waiting to see if this big storm out of the south, this winter storm, is going to hit us mid to late next week, or just kind of pass by and bounce off of us, so to speak. I'll have that in more detail. But speaking of the weather, in his Team Kentucky update today, the governor outlined a number of things, including how so far there are 6 confirmed deaths associated with the Winter Storm Blair as it was called, but only 1 was accident related.
I also want to provide an update related to the recent winter storms. While I believe the response to them has been one of the best that we've seen in decades, we do have some sad news coming out of it. Tragically, the Kentucky Emergency Management and our Department for Public Health has now confirmed 6 deaths related to the ice and the snow we received from January 5th to January 11th. We lost a female in Spencer County due to an injury, and then we lost 5 men due to injuries or medical emergencies. They were from Breckenridge, Boone, Oldham, and Franklin counties. These losses are tragic. Tragic to the communities these individuals lived in, tragic to their families. Each one of these Kentuckians is a child of God that will be missed by those around them. Brittany and I are praying for them and sending our love and support. I'm also sorry to report that many, if not most, of these deaths were due to cardiac events from shoveling snow. And we talk about a lot of things during these storms. We talk about staying off the roads, which is probably the most dangerous. We talk about generator safety, which in the past has taken a number of lives. We now need to really start talking about shoveling safety as we move forward with any other winter events. We don't want to lose anybody else. So I want to encourage people as we move forward to shovel safely. This work is often dangerous, even if you might not think it is. Shoveling heavy, wet snow can cause back injuries, and it can cause heart attacks.
The governor encouraged everyone to remember to stay hydrated, move only small amounts of snow at a time. I know it's hard for us not to want to get as much out of the way as quickly as possible and get it over with, but move small amounts at a time and take frequent breaks even if you don't even think you need them or feel tired or exhausted. And some other announcements earlier today. Governor Beshear highlighted 3 communities receiving funds from Kentucky's Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program. The city of Jackson gets almost $5 million to study stormwater movement to prevent future flooding events. The city also will be able to use $3 million to replace water lines along Quicksand Road. Letcher County got $4.2 million to replace over 8,000 feet of water lines and replace 2 pump stations, and Jenkins got a little over $5 million to conduct a study of stormwater movement, as well as using $1.5 million to make improvements to the city's wastewater treatment plant. With the First Lady also highlighting January as Human Trafficking Prevention Month, raising awareness about this crime and educating the people on how to identify and prevent it, reminding Kentuckians about the Human Trafficking Hotline, and discussing the different signs and types of trafficking, which you can find online. I'll be right back.
Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood, the dynamic duo from television's Whose Line Is It Anyway, are coming to town, and they're asking for trouble.
Our show is completely made up.
Prepare for a side-splitting interactive extravaganza as these improv wizards hit the stage, serving up a night of unscripted comedy gold.
It sounds like a big waste of time and a lot of money.
It is.
Don't miss Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood. Catch them on Sunday, May 18th at the Mountain Arts Center. Get your tickets today at macarts.com.
SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Salyersville National.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County schools.
For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Hornet highlights in just a few moments, and that before mentioned weather forecast that we all need to pay a little attention to, because we're going to get caught off guard with the warmer temperatures that we're going to see for the next few days if you don't think about them all crashing down on Sunday and after. With that said, here's, again, I know I've said it a lot lately, but a community calendar that's still rather brief in nature, weather and, calendar related or responsible. Our commodities have been about the only thing moving on the calendar and in a lot of other ways here as of late. And it's over for January at the Water and Wine Food Pantry. But just to let you know, the first one for February is going to be on the 5th. So a little early this time around by a few days, 9 to 11. And I'll remind you about the rest when we get a little closer in or into the month of February. And this is how you get announcements like these on the show. Please send me some calendar announcements. Birthdays and anniversaries are too. Greatly appreciated. Turning to updates and funeral service announcements provided nightly by our friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home Services. Will start tomorrow at 1 for 45-year-old Joey Minix of Sagersville. He passed away on Friday. The son of Larry Minix and the late Rhonda Gale Saggers Minix. He is as well survived by his wife, Mindy Joseph Minix, his son Dawson, daughters Tori Minix, Madison Lynn Stutzbach, Shiana Dakota Minix, and brother Jonathan Jared Minix, 2 grandkids and 1 on the way. Funeral services again tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the McGoffin County Funeral Home Chapel. Services will start Saturday morning at 11 at the Sagersville Funeral Home for 59-year-old Mickey Marshall of Littorals Fork, who passed away on Monday. The son of the late Simon and Ina Sue Patrick Marshall. He's survived by his sister Carrie Sue Bailey, brother Ricky Marshall, and Dewey Marshall. And services again will start Saturday morning at 11. And services have now been set for Jeffrey Jerome Back, 53 of Sagersville. He passed away yesterday at the Mountain Manor Nursing and Rehab Center in Painesville. The son of Ralph Lee and Merlene Kahn Back, he's survived by his parents and his wife Stella, his brother David Lee Back, and special nephew Austin Lee Back, with a host of aunts and uncles and family and friends. Services in Jeff's honor will start next Tuesday the 21st at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home Chapel. Friends can visit the funeral home Monday from 6 until 9 and then prior to Tuesday's services. In lieu of flowers, the family has requested that contributions be made to the Memorial Fund at the McGoffin County Funeral Home in his honor. Getting your prescription filled by Sagersville's oldest, most trusted pharmacy is only one of so many other reasons to stop by. Tasty reasons like hot soups, hot dogs, chicken salad, loaded Dorito nachos, iced and specialty coffees, hand-dipped cones and milkshakes. It's a tradition and a destination. It's Fraser's Prater Drug in downtown Sagersville.
At Big Sandy Healthcare, every patient is seen as an individual deserving of respect, compassion, and top quality care. For us, it isn't about who they are or where they come from, but about the dignity and the care that they deserve. Our commitment goes beyond simply treating diseases. We tackle food insecurity, transportation problems, and other barriers many of our patients experience that hold them back from living fuller, healthier lives. At Big Sandy Healthcare, that's what sets our organization apart.
Every season brings its own challenging driving conditions and some more than others. Stay up to that challenge at Conleys. Check out their monthly specials on the best tires. Their $35 computer diagnostic and over 30 years of brakes and oil and maintenance to keep you rolling. Conleys Tire in Staffordsville and ConleysTire.net. You can call it low carb because it is ultra low carb. And you can also call it one of the tastiest meals ever. Seasoned roast breast strips are perfect green beans, and cooked cabbage so good that sometimes I just get a pint of it and a Diet Pepsi and make it a meal. All you have to do is make your way to your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Hornet highlights are next. We get an update on the boys team and the girls, with the boys hosting West Carter last night, looking for their 4th win of the season. I came in 18-13. McGoffin's up 5 minutes to go in the second. West Carter picks off this one for an easy layup for a 3-point disadvantage for the Comets. But McGoffin County answers right back with a hurl to Colin Lovely. And some more passing game. Keeps West Carter close. Down 3 at 3 minutes to go in the first half. And another long ball from Russell. This time turns 2 by Jackson Gilliland. But the Comets will not go away. 2 free throws, and they're within 1. But in the final 2 minutes of the first half, Parker Bowling lofts this one in. Gilliland takes the inbound, overheads it to Russell, and he glasses this bucket. And Russell steals and strolls for the easy basket. McGoffin County ends the half up 32-23. Outscores West Carter 13-11 in the third quarter, and outscores them again 21-16 points in the fourth for a grand total of 66-50, your final score last night. Leading scores for McGoffin County: Walker Russell 29 points and 10 boards, Parker Bowling with 13 points, Tate Hall with 12, and Dason Burchett with 8. And the boys' game for tonight, hosting Paintsville, was canceled earlier this afternoon, meaning they are next on the schedule to play at Lawrence County this Saturday. Tip-off is set for 4 o'clock. The Lady Hornets, though, are in action as we speak right now, or as I speak. They tipped off at 6 o'clock, hosting the Lady Tigers of Paintsville. The Lady Hornets have had some rest since the 5th. The Lady Hornets have been off since last Thursday when they took an L from Perry County Central in the Girls 2A Classic, 38-51. But hosting Paintsville right now as we speak, looking for their 5th win on the year in tonight's district matchup. And just like we knew that Winter Storm Blair was coming and has since gone, we hoped that that would give time, as it did, I believe, for most everyone to prepare and be ready. And I'm hopeful that everyone is heeding the same warning in regards to the super cold air that we're going to see after we get through some relief for the next couple of days. I left you last night thinking we were going to be in the single digits last night. National Weather Service, pretty much all the data indicating that we would. 18 degrees. 18 degrees is where I bottomed out last night and started our day today here in downtown Sagersville. No complaints, just stating a fact. We are at 40 right now after hitting 47 degrees earlier. Yes, it felt that nice. Feels closer to 37 right now. We got winds out of the west at around 5 miles per hour or so, and sometimes around 10 or 11 or 12 still at this time of the day. So keep that in mind. Had a maximum gust of 19 here in downtown Sagersville. Humidity, as you saw, 59%. Sunrise at 7:47 and sunset at 5:40. And this is what we're looking at. We've knocked a degree or two off of some estimates, and not in a good way. 27 tonight is where we should finally stop with the mercury. Westerly winds are still going to be moving out there anywhere from 5 to 21 miles per hour. So we'll see, some wind chill factor, but just taking something off of that 27 is much better than what we're looking at down the road. Tomorrow, we're going to see some sunshine. It's going to be slow to get here. We're going to see clouds hang tough early through midday or so, but then I think we will see skies clear. We'll see partly sunny skies, and 43 and some more sunshine will go a long way towards continuing the melt and thaw. With the rain holding off until during the overnight, mainly after 3 a.m. tomorrow night, we'll see that 37-degree low, so it's all going to be rain. And we will see winds still up to 15, 18 miles per hour or so. Talking about a tenth of an inch of rain or something during the overnight, but maybe another quarter of an inch during the day on Saturday. We'll see some rain. We'll see mid-40s right now. Actually, new estimates up to 45 degrees for Saturday for daytime highs. And nighttime lows in the low 20s, 22, 23, 24 estimated as temperatures drop, and then they don't really recover much on your Sunday either. With rain changing over to snow, perhaps less than a half an inch or so Saturday night, taking us into Sunday, as you saw, 50% chance of snow, mostly cloudy and 27. Sunday night, a low of 3, and that sets the stage for even colder air. Here's the latest. Monday, 14 for the high, 3 for the low again. That's 2 nights in very low single digits, close to 0, and actually 3 in a row when you take a look at Tuesday. Monday, 14 and 3, mostly sunny, partly cloudy. It's going to be dry. Winds aren't going to be too bad, and the sun's going to be out, but man, is it going to be cold. Tuesday, 17 and still single digits and close to 0. Tuesday night at an estimated 2 degrees expected. Still mostly sunny and a few flurries around. Not a great deal of wind, thank goodness. Wednesday, we get back to the low 20s, close to mid, 24, 13, your high, your low. Nighttime lows 13, close to what our daytime highs are going to be definitely on Monday and kind of on Tuesday as well. Thursday of next week, we're back up to the mid-30s, 35, partly sunny, up into the low 20s for nighttime lows, partly sunny, and a 20% chance of some snow. With questions about whether or not it's just going to be kind of a glancing blow or we get in on some more winter storm action after that or around that time. That'll do it for tonight. Join me tomorrow as we wrap up this week, and thank you for being a part of the program as always.